What's going on, buddy?
What's going on?
Man, we got a good one today, man.
Oh
I'm
my
fired
God.
up.
I think every week is just a good week, you know? When Wednesday rolls around, we all know what time it is.
Look, we already got people rolling in here. We got TDH in the house, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Dude, listen, I've been looking forward to this one for like the past 2 weeks when I talked to Nick. I was like, dude, we got
hmm
to schedule something. TDH is like the opening show of the season for everyone,
Yeah.
at least in my opinion. I got to change this angle. Hold on here.
I
Bam.
think Clippers coming out is a great idea, honestly, but it's just I hate to say it, people work on their builds like the day before TDH, and it's just a little bit too early.
I don't want to name on any names here, but might be us. Paul,
Yeah.
what's going on? Tyler, what's going on? Mike, what's going on, baby? TCP, baby, what's up, bud? Josh, welcome, welcome,
hmm
dude. But yeah, like I was saying, I think TDH is really that show for us.
Yeah.
That that's our season kickoff. Yeah, it's like the NFL season. Come September, you're getting ready to go for football season. Well, audio season really starts for us um,
We're like in
in
the
March.
preseason right now.
Yeah, we're in the preseason right now, and I'm sweating
hmm
balls because I don't know if we're gonna ever be ready for the kickoff.
Man,
Oh my goodness.
it's getting close for both builds, I think.
We got Bill. We got 315 Customs in the house, buddy. What's up? You guys can get your 315 product at libertybaseshop.com. Word of the day, pronunciation. We're going to work on that today. I
What does
promise.
that mean?
Well, we got to work on my pronunciations, okay? I'm going to do good today.
What
I'm
does
feeling
that
really confident
mean?
about myself. Feeling really
Yeah,
confident.
me too. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna lie. But
So listen, guys, make sure you hit that share button. Tag some of your friends. Let's make sure this stream gets a lot of views. Share the love for TDH show. And really, again, huge shout out to Nick for jumping on here in a bit and talking to us about the show. Some logistical stuff that a lot of people don't understand what it takes to, put on a show like that. And then his backstory in the car audio a little bit and how he got started with TDH.
Mhm.
So some things to talk about real quick before we get into the meat and potatoes. We've got Liberty Base Showdown, July 13th and 14th at Honda Hills. Look at this, Caden. Ready for this? Bam. Look at this banner down there at the
Wow,
bottom. This is top notch right here, okay?
fancy.
I know, I know. It's a 2-day event. We've got Base Wars, USAC, NADBL, and ASICO. NADBL is not a 3X. This is the wrong flyer. That's my bad. Look, I was so professional with the slider down there, but
I
it's a
mean,
2X event.
don't worry, we got next week.
Yeah, I got to fix it. There's always next week. I got to
Yeah,
do
always.
1% better next week. It's going to be great.
I mean, that's all it takes. Honestly, a point five is all it takes. You know, just getting better.
Demo friendly. We never have a show if it's not demo friendly. It'll be awesome. 2-day event. I am really fired up about that. We are looking for sponsors. I just finished up the sponsorship proposal, so we'll send some of those out. But if you guys know anybody that may want to sponsor, tag them down below, and we can start getting that taken care of. We're also looking for vendors as well. We can start getting that done.
hmm
Jake, what's going on, bud? I'm on Team Liberty Base. Let's go, baby. Aaron's over here saying the Patriot will be running. Don't stress, brother. Listen, I'm stressing just a little bit, but when me and Aaron talk, I do feel a little bit better.
Big
What
shout out,
else?
Aaron.
What
Support
else do we
system.
got? We have the Liberty-based tax sale. Income tax sales are coming around. Everybody's wanting to spend some money. I want to make sure to get you
hmm
guys the best deals possible. So if you guys go to libertybaseshop.com, I remodeled the whole website, so hopefully it's a little bit more user-friendly now. Um, I do have an event calendar up there, though. It's not working yet, but I am trying to get some events put up there. But we got deals on Resilient Sounds, Statsum, Sundown, 315 Customs, Nello Media, and some Liberty-based product as well. So that was pretty fun. That took me and Mal
hmm
way too much time to get that set up, but I got it set up.
I mean, that's all that matters. It's set up now.
That's right. So Caden, before we
hmm
get talking about some TDH and all the shenanigans, let's talk
Yeah.
about the build up to TDH. How's the
hmm
build coming along?
Um, that's running too much. Everything's. We're to the point now. We're gonna start building subs. Sub glue's coming in. Our bank is now. Shout out to Richie, by the way. He's gave us instructions. The bank is being slowly built. Um, the wall's in, and we're gonna paint the box soon.
When do you think you'll paint the box? Probably next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Well, we're gonna get the floor wrapped or lined again. We're just gonna do like a black, and then the box will probably be a
Sweet,
purple-ish.
sweet.
Yep.
So that's coming along.
Mhm.
So me and you got a special trip up to Cleveland.
Yep. Friday.
Tomorrow, everything's gonna be done tomorrow. That's what that
Uh,
means right there.
okay.
Yeah, so we got a special trip up to Cleveland on Friday to pick up some goodies. Are we able
Mhm.
to say what those goodies are yet?
Sure.
Because I got a picture of the background to talk about the Patriot. I figured we could talk about the Scion while we're on it.
Mhm.
So I'll let you tell them what kind of power supply you're going to be running in there.
Well, running the original Brazilian amp brand
Ooh,
Stetson,
I like the
8K
original.
per. Yeah, throw it in there. 8K per, 1 ohm. Just want to send them
So we're going to do an 8K per sub,
per sub 1 ohm.
and it's going to be all Stetson. We believe that their Brazilian amps are good quality if they're built by the right company. That's why we
Yep.
like Stetson.
Go to libertybaseshop.com to find them.
Well, they're on sale right now. You get a
On
nice deal
sale.
on them. Want some cheap power? There you go. So then for the Patriot, we've got 14 8Ks going in it. It still doesn't feel right to even say that. Like
It
saying
just
that
sounds so
both
off.
builds, saying that both builds are going to have an 8K per sub
Yeah.
is really hard to wrap my mind around it. It's insane. But there's that picture right there. A lot of people saw it. Originally, that was going to be shoop, and go into two separate builds.
Mhm.
Then shenanigans happened, and that got shrunk back into one build. So you gotta love shenanigans. Gotta love fun stuff. So
Mhm.
that's what we got going on. So we're trying to get these builds done for TDH. It's gonna be a stressful 30 days. Well, is it 30 days? We got less than 30 days now.
I don't even know.
Nick will know when we go in here.
Yeah, he'll tell us.
Blaine's like Brazilian. Yes, my friend, Brazilian. Yes, my friend,
Brazilian.
Brazilian. Alrighty, Caden. I think we're ready to bring Nick in. What do you think?
Yeah, bring him in early.
Let's do it. I think I'm fired up to have this conversation, dude.
Mhm. Less than 30. All right. Well,
Less than 30 days. Alrighty, here we
it
go.
is 30 days.
Nick, what's going on, my friend?
What up? What up? Welcome, sir. Thank you for having me. I
Hey,
want to say welcome.
you're good, bud. Dude,
Welcome to my show.
listen, when I had the thought, it's like, dude, TH is coming up. We need to bring Nick on. That'd be a good time to have some conversations, talk about the show, and get people fired up about it.
Yeah, when you brought it up, I was really excited about it. I told the team, and they're stoked about it too.
Mhm.
So, first question, okay?
Mhm.
You're the team president,
Mhm.
okay? How long have you been team president?
Since the start, the
Okay.
team was founded back in August 28th of 2008. Pretty much a bunch of us just kind of kept going to shows together and just hanging out, competing. It was at the U.S. Audio in Glen Burnie, hitting up those shows, and then there was about 7 or 8 of us. And then over time, we just kept going and meeting up. And someone was like, "We should form a team." And I was like, "Well, I have a team name," and I just threw it out there, and everyone's like, "All right, let's do it." And then that's where it started off at, and then we just grew from there.
Okay, so 2008.
Oh
My
my
Mm.
goodness, dude.
God.
It's
So,
15 years. It'll be 16 in August.
dude, let's
Wow.
just go back and think about this. I was 8 years old when that team got started.
Goodness.
So I was a youngster, and granted, I don't know much about the audio community at that time, but I can tell you that a lot's changed from
Oh,
to
I've
now
seen
since
so
then.
much evolve, go up, go down, all throughout these years. It's absolutely insane. The good, the bad, the ugly.
What would you say the best? What would you say the best thing that's happened in car audio since then? Like, what's the biggest change for the positive?
Um, that's kind of tough. I mean, just the product itself has just gotten better over the years. The mentality of a lot of people. Yeah, there's some shitheads out there. I'm not sure if I can cuss on that, but there's some shitheads out there. But there's a lot of good people too. I noticed that when like there's a tragedy that happens, or if just something bad happens, a lot of people come together to help out. Like, yeah, some people might butt heads, but overall, a lot of good people emerge when something when people need to step up. I think
Dude,
that's
that's
something
true.
that's really big to me. I'm very family oriented, and that's how the team is. So if something's going on, we like to step up and help out. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I can agree to that one a lot. Just from my time in being in car audio, which was 2016 when I got started,
Oh wow.
um, it always seems that like if there's ever anybody in need or somebody that's like down and out bad, the community does seem even through the ugly that the community does have to offer, that is one thing that the community does good and is
We
picking
do pick
people
each
up.
other up pretty well.
Yeah, and that does make me happy. It is the one outlier of our community that stands out the most. And I hope that, with the YouTube channel, a lot of people, I mean, there's one video in particular on my channel. It's got a lot of views and a lot of non-audio people have watched it. And some of the comments are real garbage, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
just trash, man. This dog in our community. And I always tell people it's like when I share my main videos that don't get millions of views, right? But this was like one outlier. I hope that those people that do see it see the good side of the community and get rid of the stereotypes, because that is the most frustrating thing is all the stereotypes that our community gets. I
No
just
matter
don't.
what we do, we're going to have a bad name. If we put a $15,000 system in a $500 car, people can be like, "Why do you put that in there?" And vice
Yep.
versa. We could put a $500 system or a nice system in a really nice car, and people are like, "Why are you storing a good car?" No matter what we do, we're going to be having a bad name. So that's why we always try to keep that good image at least.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan said base heads on a budget is the worst thing to happen. Hey, now listen. I
Wow.
always have a good place to drop my website right down there when somebody needs product advice. I just plug my website in there and I pray for the best. That's funny.
He's not wrong though. There's a lot of people that just post shit and troll, and it's just it's a goofy page. I mean, it's a fun page, to mess around on. I've trolled on it a few times, but it is definitely
I
a
love the
toxic
idea
page.
of it. I love the idea of it. It's just there's some people in there. It's like, what are you guys doing?
My car's on fire. Does it look good?
Hey guys, did I hook this thing up right? I know it's a little fire damager, but just overlook it.
Right, just look past it.
Oh man, that's so funny. Um, so okay, so that's the positive. What do you think the worst thing that's happened in car audio since you guys got started?
Oh boy. There's a lot of new people that come in and they think that they know everything, and I
Mm.
feel like they kind of ruin things as well. As far as going through people's neighborhoods, blasting full tilt, they think it's hilarious. I was young, I did that before a few times, but I grew out of that. But just there's a lot of shitheads that kind of came in too. Like, I don't know, just there's a lot of shitheads.
You know, and I think it makes it really hard on the new guys who ask a really serious question, like they genuinely don't know, but they get flamed right off the rip because everybody's expecting to be either somebody being genuinely dumb or doing it on purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So they just get flamed right off the rip.
yeah, they don't have a chance, and that obviously frustrates them. But it's just like it takes 3 seconds to do a research to look something up and be like, hey, I can look this up. How should I wire this? How should I do this? And the whole sundown versus scar, this versus
Oh, dude,
that.
that's the
Like,
worst
Oh my
one.
oh my
god.
god, like
That's the worst one.
if I had to see that again.
Dude, there
Two
needs to. Oh my
just
goodness.
different companies.
Two very different companies
That
with
was
two
like,
very different selling platforms and how
right
they're
there.
attacking the market. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? It's crazy. One
Like they
is
have like
go ahead, Caden.
there's like you got base car audio versus like top line car audio. It's just two horrible comparisons.
You get the stuff coming out of Walmart, and then you
Yeah.
have the stuff coming out of like Jakar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
no
can't
kidding.
compare those two.
Yeah,
But see, you can't listen. This is what Corey. Listen, I know you're joking when you're saying this, but you saying it's just cheap sundown. That's even a stretch. Okay, it's a stretch
What's
to even call it
cheap?
cheap sundown. It's a stretch.
yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, there are some
The
similarities when you
problem
look
is
at
the
the
pores.
ZVX. Yeah, when you look at the ZVX and the ZV5, all right, yes, it's a very tiny version of the ZV5, and you can definitely tell they're trying to copy it, but they don't perform anywhere near each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's Jiminy Christmas.
Not
Rough
even
comment.
similar.
That rough comment.
A
The
lot.
promise of
That's Brett McCormick. That's the team vice president. That's one of my right
Okay.
hand men right there.
So now here's a good question for you. The memorial show, okay?
Mhm,
Okay, you're clearly overseeing the show, you're logistically, right?
mhm.
But how many of your team members, how many team members do you guys have?
We have 51 teammates.
Okay, so out of those 51 teammates, is everybody involved with the logistical end of the show, or is
So
there
as
like
far
four or
as
five?
like setting up the show, we have a group of about 6 or 7 of us doing all the behind the scene things, reaching out to sponsors for the shows, setting up vendors, getting trophies made. There's just so much behind the scenes stuff that goes on, and that's about 6 or 7 of us.
Okay.
And then the actual show itself, we typically have about 80%, 80 to 85% of the members show up, and out of all those members, where everyone's like allotted a time that they have to help out, whether they're doing raffle tickets, signing people up, helping direct traffic, running the booth. It's just there's everything has to run smoothly in order for the show to operate. So everybody, it's all hands on deck.
Which,
Hmm.
dude, that's logistically just to have the reliability of your teammates. You know what I mean? To know that they're going to show up, to know that they're going to be there to help you. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's great. I mean, we do have a few people that like they get lost in the the excitement and they forget what time they're supposed to be going on. And I'm like, bro, I have a million things I'm doing. You have one thing to remember, but I still have to
Yep.
be on top of it
Yeah.
to manage everything. I mean, the show in a way is kind of a job to operate it. Obviously, I have a great time doing it. I enjoy doing it, but it's really like a job to keep it going. If not,
Yeah.
it's just gonna fall apart and
Hmm.
run like crap.
Dude, I felt that, man. Last year, it was a lot busier last year than the year before. I was running around with my head cut off, and you're still trying to give out demos. And if you don't have that support system backing you, whew,
One of
it's
the
Hmm.
one of the first couple years that we've done this show, when everyone got there, they just completely just dispersed, and I was by myself running the show, and we had
Hmm.
probably around 500 or 600 people there for our first show, close to that, and I was running everything. I had like 1 or 2 people helping, and it did not. And the show went well, but it was very
Stressful.
overwhelming, and it wasn't fun for me at that point. That's when the following year the same thing kind of happened, and I kind of had to chew out everybody. It was like Saturday night, we're having a meet in my room. I went off, and everyone, the next day they showed up, and ever since that was year 2, and ever since then everyone's been very helpful, and it's been getting smoother and smoother each year. We've had a lot of things that we've learned, a lot of things that we've touched on and fixed that makes it run a lot better.
the other thing I want to comment on that too is you're gonna have hiccups, right? Those first 4 or 5 years, they're not gonna be show ending or like nobody will ever show back up, but you're just gonna have hiccups that are you gotta work through, right?
Yeah,
And what's really comforting is to know that your community has your back. Like they understand that like stuff like that's gonna happen, uh, and they're still there to support you. I mean,
Hmm.
that's really helpful.
it was I think excuse me one second.
You're good.
About 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, we actually set up the show. This guy has this huge yard, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll get everybody set up. I'll get the permits and everything, and this and that." 13 or about 25 minutes into the show, cops show up, cops show up again, and then the third time they show up, they're like, "This is over." So we only had about 30 minutes into the show, and we had quite a bit of people at this guy's backyard. Within 13 minutes, we found a new location, and that's actually the location that we have now. And all the stars aligned for us because it was actually raining that day. So the track canceled all the races, so we had the space to work with. And then what is it? They were literally walking out the door when we called them and was like, "Hey, we have a car show. We want to have it at your event, at your location." And
Hmm.
they're like, "Sure." They threw us a number. We pulled the cash. We gave it to them, and then it's just grown ever since then. But the fact
Dude,
that
that's awesome.
the
That
fact
is
that we found
awesome.
something in 13 minutes was just
That's a
insane because normally
blessing.
it takes months to find something, and we found that like immediately, and it worked out
And
great.
I think it's cool that you still like have the show there. Like a
The
miracle
perfect
happened,
thing
you still
about
have
it
them.
is there's no cops that come out, and if they do, the cops are usually checking out cars and just hanging out and looking at everything. They're like, we weren't called for problems. We just wanted to see what the noise was
That's
about
amazing.
because we have the noise ordinance covered. We're allowed to make noise till 10 or 11 at night. So, we have a thing that we're going to be doing on Saturday, which is going to be we call it the Tdh Lit, the night show, where
Hmm.
we're going to be introducing an LED show, so
Ooh.
people can have their music playing lightly, and we're going to have an after party at the same time. So if people want to have some drinks at the second floor, they do that. Then we have the LED light show. We're gonna have a best of show with the lights. Obviously, we don't want to be having people giving full tilt demos at 10:30 at night, but some light music in the background, having LEDs going. We're trying to just advance the show more and more each year.
That's a great idea.
Dude, I love that story, man. And I've seen this happen a lot of times. You get cops showed up and they shut your show down. I know people that won't travel to that same show again just because
Yeah.
they don't want to waste their time. And the fact that you guys were able to turn that around so fast is a miracle and a blessing all at the same time. It's awesome.
Dude, my jaw dropped when they were like, "Let's do it," and I was like, "Wow, I don't know how we pulled this off," because we had no backup plan besides that. We thought we had it set, and then once that happened, it was just like it was a godsend that it was raining that day. To be honest,
That's crazy.
it's not
man.
a TDH show without some rain.
I was about to say, I think every year I've been there, we've had a little mist
Yep.
or a little bit of rain. It's never been torrential downpour. It's just a little rain and a
Yep.
little mist. Nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
we've had some snow flurries years before, but nothing too crazy.
So
But I think
sustainable.
that's Jeff's way of kind of messing with us. Jeff is one of the guys that passed away that we hold a memorial show for. But I
Now,
think that's his way to kind of mess with us every year.
so yeah, explain that part a little bit to me a little bit more because I'm a younger guy in the audio
Yes.
community. So is Caden. So help us explain the memorial side of this and who is it the memorial for?
So originally the show started with Jeff Lockhart. He was the vice president of the team. He worked at Amazon. He was a really big dude, like not fat, but just a big
He's
dude.
just thick. Yeah, nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
he's a thick
Big
boy.
boned.
So he he was working multiple jobs, supporting his family and just doing a dad thing.
Yeah.
And I believe he was 29 years old, and his heart failed, and he collapsed at work. And they didn't find him for a little while. Obviously, he was in like a secluded area, and that's how he passed away. So we were like, all right, he was VP of the team. He was very important of helping build the team to what it is, and it was a big loss for us. So we wanted to do a memorial for him to keep his name alive. And he's the person who got me into like wanting to do my doors up and the street battle scenes. Like he was one of the original Virginia guys that was big on street battles and stuff.
That's amazing.
Dude,
That
that
is-
is really awesome. That's really awesome. I never knew that side. I never knew that part of the story. I knew it was a memorial show.
Mhm.
But wow, that it makes that show more special now. That is
Yeah, that's what we want to make sure we just keep his name alive. And then a couple years back, we lost Tim Johnson.
Mhm.
He was down in Florida, and he was a big part of the team as well. He was one of the leaders. He was the chapter leader for Florida, and he took a kind of a step away from the team to kind of get his health taken care of and just focus on himself for a little bit. But he was. I talked to him every single day, and I talked to him the day before he passed away in the hospital. And
Oh my goodness.
we figured since he was a big part of the team as well, we wanted to add him on to the show.
Yeah.
Just as to memorialize him as well.
100%.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. I've heard of Tim when I started in audio. I saw people talk about him and stuff because he was pretty well known
Oh yeah,
in the community. So
he
I
was
saw
a clown.
that's what I've seen. I've seen a lot of shenanigans with him, a lot of fond memories that people share. So
Mhm.
I love that. That's awesome. So that's how that got. So when the show first started out, it wasn't a memorial show. It became a memorial show years
No,
later. Is
it
that
was a
correct?
memorial show from the get go.
Okay.
For
I
Jeff.
wanted to, okay.
Yep.
And he was 28 years old.
28, I believe it was 29 actually. So that's too young. That's way too young.
Dude, that's way
Yeah.
too young.
It's
Way
insane.
Yeah.
too young. Dude, I'm only what 3 years away from that, and it's like my life. I feel like is just now getting started.
It's just
man.
starting still.
Yeah. I mean, that's man. You really do lose people too early, and it's not fair. It's really not.
It's not.
So you guys during the show, now last year I don't remember as well, but my first year I went to TDH, which had been 2 years ago. Do you play one of their builds? It's help me with that. Am I misspeaking there?
So we used to have Jeff's truck come to the show and play "Put On" by
Okay.
Young Jeezy because that was like his song. It was like kind of his theme song. But over the years, we had a little fallout with the family. I'm not
Oh,
going to
no.
go into details,
Sure.
but little fallout with the family, and the truck no longer comes to the show. But what we do is we still have someone from the team play to put on, in his memory to
Okay,
keep it going.
that's
But
cool.
yeah, the truck,
Gotcha.
I haven't seen that thing for multiple years. It's just
Okay,
there's a lot of drama behind it, so we just kind of wa- washed our hands of it.
drama sucks, bud. It's no
Very
good.
much so.
Not a big fan of drama. So I
Yeah.
I do remember though that you guys talked about yeah, like everybody shuts their cars off. Nobody's demoing. Maybe one person, and then somebody's telling them to
Yeah,
shut the shit off. But like
yeah.
it's dead quiet, and everybody's eyes are surrounding this one vehicle, and that I thought that was really cool. Not knowing the background of the story that you just shared with me, I still thought it was an awesome moment, and it was
It's
very
a
respectful.
it's a very touching moment because it just makes you think about you know all the times that you had with these these people that passed away. We also did one for Tim Johnson on Sunday. Um, Nobody does it better by I think it's Nate Dogg. But
Yeah.
there's been years that his vehicle played, and then I believe last year we had someone else play it because the vehicle wasn't able to make it. Um, but we always make it to where these guys get their recognition. We do a tribute song for them, and we always just I think it's a good thing that people get to be around their vehicles or around like the song that they like to play to just to keep them in their memory.
That's
It,
special. Like it just makes it like heartwarming. This show is just like I mean, it's my first year to be honest with you. Like, and after learning this, like this show just seems so much more special. It's like there's a
yeah.
meaning behind the show, and it's just
Yeah, there's a whole lot of meaning behind it. It's not
yeah,
just a bunch of guys getting together acting a fool. You're like, yeah, people get drunk, have a good time, act stupid, blow up their shit. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's to commemorate some fallen members.
I love
It,
that.
it makes the show even more worthwhile to attend. You know what I mean? If you've never been to TDH, it's worth it. I mean, last year, I didn't have my Jeep ready. Me and my family, we packed up in my Honda. We left at, I know they're watching right now. Uh, Dad, what time did we leave for TDH last year? I think we left at like 4 in the morning because I couldn't stay the next night or that night for the Sunday show because I had to work. So we literally drove down 6 hours, 7 hour drive,
Mm.
drove down, hung out till like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and then I came back home. I mean, it was maybe we left at like 2 in the morning to get down to there. I mean, it was crazy, but it's
Now you
so
got to
worth
stay the
it.
full weekend this year.
Oh, I will, man. It's gonna be crazy this year. It's gonna
It's
be
a good
fun.
time. Like we, from start to finish, Saturday to Sunday, it's just balls to the wall, just good ass time.
One thing I love about the show is the tower. I think that's so cool that you guys have access to that.
Mhm.
I can't think of a show off the top of my head that gives you that kind of VIP access. You know what I mean? Like that
We get free
experience.
range. It's great.
That's awesome that a venue will work with you that much. It's almost unrealistic. Like coming from somebody that's putting on shows, that's trying to communicate with these locations, they hear what kind of show I'm putting on, and they're like, I don't know. I get that goofy look.
Mhm.
So the fact that you guys have got such an awesome venue that wants to work with you guys and lets you do your thing, hands down, it's awesome, man. There's
Yeah, the
nothing like it.
manager is really easy to talk to. We shoot him a message, we shoot him an email, we call him up, he answers the phone right away. If there's any accommodations that we need, he's on top of it. Um, one year the police did show up, and he kind of looked at him and was like,
What do you want me to do, bud? It's a
"We're,"
racetrack. We
he's
got
like,
everything.
we're good. And then the cops, I talked to him, and he's like, yeah, just told him that here's our permit, doors right there. He wasn't rude about it, but pretty much in a way, you're saying there's nothing you guys can do about it. We're good to go.
Yep.
And it was a good time. But other than that, we never had cops really show up. It was just that one time, and Dave was like, he was on top of it. He's like, nah, we're good. I was like, is there any problems? Anything I need to address? He goes, no, I took care of it. So he takes care of the higher end stuff that needs to be taken care of. So it's a perfect venue for us. We have if it rains, we can be inside. We have plenty of space. We got spots for street battles, general parking, people to park their trailers, vendors, TDH parking, demo areas, SPL lanes. I mean, we've got so much space to work everything out that it's just a great layout.
It's amazing.
We got Dwayne here. He's saying, y'all better watch out. I'm bringing the truck out this year.
Uh oh.
Context? What's the
Uh oh.
context?
I need some context here. What are we rocking in that build?
What you got, Dwayne? Show it. Tell it off.
I need to see it.
Tag,
So,
tag
guys,
me on
listen.
Facebook. I'll throw it up.
Yeah, here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to get ready to show you guys some highlights and stuff of the show while we continue to bullcrap and talk. We need you guys to tag XBoomin on Facebook or Jace Fennell, your favorite videos from TDH in years past. And we're going to pull them up, let you guys kind of watch them and laugh about them and maybe get some backstory on them as well. I think that'll be fun.
For sure.
Jay says he's on YouTube, so I know a lot of guys on Facebook won't see this, but was I the only one expecting to see a Jeep Patriot when scrolling through? Okay, so Liberty Base started out as the Jeep Liberty. Liberty Base, kind of how that name came around, because the name before that was so stupid. I thought I was in high school. Okay, I thought it was a really cute name. It was Dynamic Duos, my original YouTube channel. I realized how stupid that was, and it wasn't gonna fly. And I'll never forget, I was standing in the bathroom, and my wife Mallory, she's like standing there beside me, and I was like, I got to change the name. I got to make it something better than that. And she's like, okay, what do you think? And I was like, all right. What do I drive? I drive a Jeep Liberty, Liberty Base, and I'm running with it. And then
Wow.
now years later, we bought the Warthog. I now call it the Patriot. It's like the staple build for our website and the marketing vehicle, I should say. And I called it the Patriot, keep on, Liberty themed. So yeah, Jeep Patriot. I get it. I know there could be some confusion, but no, two separate builds. So let me go ahead. I'm going to throw this up here. So guys, there are some pictures right now of the background of the TDH show, just some pictures and stuff. I'll let it cycle through a couple times while we talk about another topic that I've really got on my mind, and it's a logistical question. And we got a lot of people watching. Owen's watching. What's going on, bud? We got a ton of people watching, man. This is awesome. One of the things I really want people to understand, and Nick, you're going to be able to communicate this really well because you've got experience with it.
Mm-hmm.
Shows are not free. They're not.
Absolutely
They're not charity events. I mean, I understand that you can donate all the money you guys make and stuff like that, but before the money you make is donated, you got to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be fees. There's got to be sponsorships. There's got to be things.
My squad.
Now look at everybody right there. And so this is the entire TDH team from last year. This is your guys' group picture.
That's not everybody. Some people didn't make the picture; they had to leave, and
Sure.
Some people just didn't make it because they're either work or just too far away. But yeah, that's my squad right there.
That's awesome, man. That's a family right there. That's pretty sweet.
That's true family.
I love that, man. So back on to the nitty gritty. Everybody wants a free show. Nobody wants to pay money to
That's
come
my
to
boy.
shows. Okay, wait. We got to pause it right there. I got to bring it back. We can talk about politics about shows in a second. So off camera, I had to address this because I thought this was the funniest crap ever. Give me a little backstory, man. What is this? What's the story?
That's the TDH redneck Derek, Budweiser man. Dude shows up in long pants every year, and every year after he's had a couple drinks, I don't really think it'll take many drinks to have him do it anyway. But we cut off his pants, and he has Daisy Dukes, and he presents the raffle items. He'll hold them above his head, and you're getting close to a little show with him. But we make it to where it still stays family friendly. But yeah, that's Daisy Dukes right there.
Man, that's a lot of cake hanging out right there, man. I might get age restricted on this video.
Might have to get a blur.
Yeah, I might have to blur this out on YouTube. It's definitely not kid friendly now. Oh man, that's funny. When I saw it, I was like, dude, that's got to be like the second picture in the slideshow.
I'm so glad you included that because he does walk around the show like all weekend. His wife just looks at him, laughs, and keeps him moving like it's nothing new. Like she expects it to happen.
She's sitting there going, "Yep, there he goes again. I can't control him."
But you know what? His wife is so cool. Like she's down for whatever. She's down to like help support the show and all that as well. Like they are like the two like huge helps of the show as well. So they're right there by my side.
So I'm reading some of these comments. Dude, you guys are flooding these comments. I love it. I love it when I'm having a hard time keeping up. So while Nick's talking or Kane's talking, like I'm trying to keep up real quick. So I got James here. He's talking about some of the shenanigans you guys have had in the lobby, some of the fun. I saw a comment earlier that said, somebody had their first experience in a porta potty. Some of the stories I'm hearing in these comments, and there's tons of the it just sounds like everybody has such a good time at this show. I love
Yeah,
seeing this.
what James was referring to is last year at the hotel, the host hotel, they had like a welcoming party for us. Like most hotels are like, no, get the hell out.
Yeah.
This place actually was like, come, join us. So they had food,
Really?
beer, drinks, just everything out for us. And then they had pool tables. I think they had cornhole set up inside the hallway. Like that you walk to, like to get to the what's it called, the elevators and stuff. He was they had it all set up for us. So the host hotel, the True, is absolutely a phenomenal hotel.
Now,
So
which hotel was this in particular?
that's the True right
The
there at the
True
track.
Hotel. Okay. See, I don't.
I think
Kane,
we're
was that
pretty
the
much
one
just
we were
about
at?
filled.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think we were like a day late, dollar short there. Um,
But I would say call up and see if there's anything available. Just call, see if there's something available. It's not just one right across the street. It's not as nice. It's not as new, and you're not going to get away with shenanigans that we get away with at the True. But obviously, we still got to be respectful. Keep the parking lot clean. We're not demoing
sure.
at 2 o'clock in the morning. Stuff like that. Biggest thing is respect. We got to make sure that we respect the people that welcome us.
I'm gonna have to go hang out at this little welcoming party.
Oh,
Get into all
absolutely.
the
More than welcome to join
shenanigans.
us.
Oh my goodness, dude, I'm fired up for this year, man. So let's get back onto some shenanigans here.
Yeah, we
With
derailed there
people.
for a second.
That's good. I like it. I love when we can just have some organic conversation. I like it. So people want shows for free. It's not a reality. It's not a thing.
No.
Everything costs money. This year, I increased the price of our show. And one of the issues I had with the other venue was nobody wanted to charge anything. Everything was going to be free.
Mhm.
And when you start looking at the end of the day, I'm not having this show to make millions of dollars. If that was the case, I'd go to college, get my degree, and go be a doctor. If I want to
Yeah.
make real money, right? I do it because I love our community. I want to see it grow. And but at the end of the day, you have to have a gate fee to make money. Have you guys ever experienced people bad mouthing you for your gate fee? And if so, how do you just handle that on a social media aspect without getting
So
too crazy?
my thing is, I do defend as far as when people are like, this should be free or should be cheaper or this or that. I mean, this show cost us multiple thousands of dollars to host between insurance, sanctioning fees, paying for trophies, paying for miscellaneous items that we need, the track itself, and then we also have to pay for security. And if a fire breaks out and the firefighters have to come out, we're charged for that as well. We have to pay for them coming out. We have to pay for fire extinguishers used, any materials that are used. We have to pay out of our pocket for those. So all that stuff is not free. And if people do bitch and complain about it, there's two things I go about. I'm like, I tell them you don't understand the cost of it, or I just ignore them. There's a lot of people that just like to hear themselves talk, and I don't
Mm,
want to give them the limelight to have their 15 minutes of fame of, oh, I got to bash TDH because of their prices.
yep.
Or I could just ignore them and they don't get anything at all, and it's literally forgotten about, right away. So a lot of times ignoring, like I tell a lot of the guys on the team, if there's drama that starts up, ignore it. 9 times out of 10, it goes away.
That's what I've had to realize I got to stop doing. I got to stop indulging in the drama. I never like to talk about followers or anything like that because I don't necessarily care about it. But what I've had to realize is that when you start to get a social media platform of any kind, the second that you even indulge somebody so small, right, that nobody is ever going to see their comment, but the second you indulge it, 30 people just saw it like that.
Yep.
I've had to realize to just chill out, calm down.
I used to have that
Okay.
dog in me where I was ready to just, argue with anybody all day, all night. And I got to a point, I'm like, why am I doing this? This is stupid.
Yep,
And I'm
yep.
like, I could be, in bed hanging out with my girl, playing with my Pokemon, whatever.
Yeah, I could do
So,
something way more productive with my time
right,
than indulge in somebody being a clown on social media.
right.
Yeah, I, it's so the other thing that helps with the show too is the donations.
Oh,
Uh,
they're huge.
I paused here at one. there's another one in this slideshow, but 315 Customs. Um,
Bill, he nailed that right there. That base knob is absolutely gorgeous. Like each side has engraving on it. Um, it's absolutely beautiful. And then the fuse holder, that's etched as well. It's just he did an amazing. Each year he does something cooler and cooler for us.
Dude, Bill is the man. I've had the privilege of picking up 315s exclusively on my website. And just the relationship I've had with the guy, he's so awesome, man, and he's down to earth. And he
Yes.
was all excited sending this one out. He was like, "Dude, I hope they love it." The Woody's
Yeah,
awesome.
he sent it to me and I didn't get a chance to open it like right away. He's like, "Did you see it yet?" I'm like, "I haven't had a chance to even open the box yet. I've been so busy." And then I open it like I just like paused for a second. I sent pictures to my team and I messaged him. I'm like, "Bro, this is absolutely amazing. Like that's beautiful. Like I don't know. I want it. I want to keep it for myself, but I have to raffle it off.
Dude, I just want to keep it for myself, not say nothing. It's all mine.
But slide in my shirt. But no, it's everything that we get donated goes right to the show. I don't even get into the raffles at all
Mhm.
because I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you're rigging it to win." No, I just stay completely out of it. My teammates are allowed to do it, but they're not the one running the raffles. I am the one running the raffles.
Right.
So I stay completely out of it. That way, there's no hearsay of, "Oh, they rigged it." Nope, nope.
Nope.
Everything we literally get people. We'll have kids come from out of the crowd and pull tickets. You can't rig that.
Yeah.
Well, that's getting the youth involved too, and I love that.
Yep.
It's fun. Okay, so here we go. We got now Hutchinson's no longer in business anymore. They've
Mhm.
sold. But here's just a last year's example. How many brands do you guys think that donate stuff throughout the event?
So we have probably I have a list. I'm not gonna sit here and count 1 through 10 or whatever, but I'm looking at it right now. There's probably about
50 to 60 donation companies that we have, and we're still a month away. And once I start posting up donation items, that's when more and more companies just hit me up and be like, "Hey, we want to donate." And then teams donate, and then individuals donate. It's really cool. Like Team Wicked Tunes, they just hit me up. They're donating. Team Insane Audio usually hooks us up with something. Team, what is it? Freaks of Mass Destruction. They always donate something. There's a lot of teams that get involved with us, because we try to get involved with them when they have shows. We'll donate to the calls. We'll donate. A lot of times it's money versus items, but we usually
Mhm.
donate money to the shows. A lot of these teams and companies still donate to us as well.
That's awesome.
It's
Well,
amazing.
you guys donated to our show last year, which was
Yeah,
awesome.
Big
That's
shout
another
out.
and
thing
we
that.
will continue to do so.
Oh man, make me blush. Man, I appreciate that. Uh, yeah, but that's the other thing. TDH is giving. Not only do they put on a show, but they're also supporting the community too, which that takes a team effort. It's not one person just putting out their checkbook to help. It's a team effort, which is awesome.
It's a full team effort. Like we have a team account that we have our team dues. We had people, they blew a sub right before finals, and we'll take those team dues, send them money for a recone, or they'll pop an amp. We'll send money so that way they can go get it fixed. Money's tight. We can't always afford this stuff right away. So if someone's like, "Hey, I can't afford a hotel," we'll hook them up with a hotel to get to the show.
Let's get you there,
It's
man. Let's help you out.
Yeah, we find ways to help each other out. Just this is what it is. And at the end of the day, the money that we have in our account, we use it back for the community or back for the shows
That's
It's
so
or for the
awesome,
amazing.
man.
team.
More people, I think we should take a stand. More people in the community, it don't matter what show, should they need to start doing that. I think that's what will revive and like grow this company, nice audio community in general. Is just nobody does that enough. And if so, it's just not brought to light. Like this
Mm-mm.
is such a good opportunity for you to just come on and just share that. Because I bet you, I mean, I didn't know that. Most people probably didn't know that, and it's great that this is brought to light. It
And
truly
the big
is.
thing is we're not looking for a pat on the back. We're not looking for, "Oh, TDH did this." No, it's we do it just because. I
But
don't
Yeah.
I don't I don't look
It
to.
sets the example. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say
It's
it's a
like an
pat on the
example.
back. I want to say that it's more setting a an example for the rest of the
Hmm.
community. As much as I want to pat you on the back, and you deserve the pat on the back,
For sure.
anybody who is willing to donate back to the community does deserve a pat on the back. It just sets an example. It sets a narrative for the community.
Yeah.
Like, look, this is what we really need to be about. You know what I mean? Uh, one of the things for me, my company is really small, libertybasedshop.com. I started it really tail into last year. And one of the things I hope for is that if the business continues to grow and do good, how can I give back to the community, right? It's one of the reasons I put on a show. I want to give back to the community, and make sure that they feel like, we are making an effort to give them something, but also being able to sponsor orgs, other events. That's just my goal. I just want to give back. I want to help the community that I love grow and get bigger. So when my future kids grow up, they have a community to enjoy just like I did, if they choose to. You know what I mean?
That's good. I mean, you gotta help support those that support you. That's
Yeah.
that's our biggest thing. Like NADBL, we they always hook us up with when it comes to our show, they just take care of us on it. They're there, they're ready to go, and we sponsored NADBL this year
Yeah.
as we're one of the sponsors for them, and that's a big company or a big organization. ACCL, we're doing that. NADBL, we try to like I said, we support those who support us, and we even support those who don't support us. But really, end of the day, we try to help out everybody.
Scratch your back, scratch my back. Let's grow together. I like that
Right.
mentality.
Yep. Everybody eating.
Yep, that's right. And if it's not like that, then it's a really crappy outlook going
It's
forward.
greed
You know what I mean?
at that point. Yeah.
Let me tell you, bud. I can tell you a few stories about people getting greedy.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks, my friend, but it's life, and unfortunately, people are just full of. I'll just leave it at that. I can go down a rabbit hole on that. Yeah, I don't need to throw that story time banner up. I don't want to put salt in the wound. So I got some videos pulled up here, and I know I've gotten some messages. People have been tagging us and stuff. I did get a pre-made one of some of my videos over the years that I thought was really fun. This one was probably one of my favorite demos last year at TDH because I wasn't expecting it to be so windy. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it up here.
6 ZB618s and a 6-order. It's tuned 22 on the bottom, 44 on top. Bottom chamber's kind of on the big size, like 4.5 cubes per sub. So
big.
It plays pretty low. It likes, with both windows down, it does really good, 19, 20, 21 hertz.
That's awesome, man. It's definitely a wind machine.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I built it so I can play both windows down. It took a lot of tuning with the port. Adding the bottom roundover and the side roundovers really made a difference. It came alive after that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Some small changes that you just
big
change it so
results.
dramatically.
Yeah, just got to keep messing with it to find what you like.
Yep.
Or how the results are.
A lot of people give up on a build and just pull it all out and start over, and really
man.
it's just the small
Yeah.
things.
I've changed this port 20 times. I've
Really?
tried diamond, square, circle, everything. It's just a basic configuration like it is now. That's pretty good.
That's awesome, man. Well, I'm excited for this demo.
So I'll go with the same song here. It's feeling pretty good.
All reliable. That's what we call those. Hey, Kane, did you see how I trimmed that out so we wouldn't get copyright strike?
Okay.
I just want you to
Throwing
see that.
shade.
Get back in
Throwing
here, guys.
shade. You're gonna get copyrighted because it's too low.
The distortion.
It's not enough distortion.
Dude, this thing was nutty. Listen, I thought this was so slick. I was like, dude, I was watching the camera, I had it flip back at me. I was like, it's windy, but it's like, I can't show it like how windy it really is. So I ended up, let me turn the volume down here so I don't murder everybody's eardrums. I ended up, like, during this video, I'm like unbuttoning my flannel because I'm trying to get it to float in the window. Looking back at it, I thought that was the slickest thing ever. It was like, that was pretty smart, Jace. Like, way to be resourceful, bud.
That's a badass setup right there.
Dude, this thing was nutty. Right here. Like, my flannel is not a light flannel. That's a
It's
heavy
trying to
duty
rip
flannel.
the damn flannel off you.
It's trying to pick my necklace up. I mean, it was crazy. By far one of my favorite demos at. All right, now we got the notorious Chris Lee. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why the background's white. That looks stupid. It must have been a problem with the editing software. This is the part I really want to show everybody, though. Now I know he's watching in here. Right there, there the lucky soul is my dad. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Now, guys, my dad's been my #1 supporter day one. He's the reason I'm in financial turmoil, and starting to grow gray hair with this because he got me into this freaking hobby. And so me and Chris were really good friends. I love Chris to death, and it took me like weeks to talk my dad into getting into this thing. So what I don't get on camera is I'm telling my dad that Chris is going to take it real easy on him. You know, he's going to roll in real nice.
He's lying.
Not. Oh well, wait till you just hear the video. I don't sugarcoat it to Chris at all.
Oh my god.
It's pretty good. All right, Dad. Come on, get in there. You first, bud. Yeah. Mind you, I didn't get in it. Yep. I was smart. I just said I'm not getting in it.
That thing is
And
painful.
he goes
Just think
over
skinny,
the
Dad. Just think skinny.
No.
He's never sat in anything like this.
Okay, listen.
This is gonna be great. Don't take it easy on his ass.
He's probably like, you son of a bitch.
Well, he didn't hear me say it. So he's still in here with the mindset that it's going to be like real nice and easy coming into it.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
And all heck breaks
Hold
loose.
your ribs.
Pure evil.
I'm serious. Hold your ribs.
He's standing up. That won't be as bad up there.
No, it won't hurt him as
That won't be
bad.
as bad. Sitting down is where it really hurts.
Yeah, that's when it really
You
hurts.
ready?
The song is just terrifying. Like,
Anytime I hear
know
this
what's
song
coming.
come on.
it's just it's so terrifying. Especially
About to
Chris
tear you.
Lee's.
Just ruin your day.
Dude, he dumps it on him.
Chris Lee playing the song is just a nightmare.
I could have edited this all out, but I wanted to build up the anticipation here.
Don't be copyrighted.
I was in James Duncan's vehicle and he did that to me, and I swear I felt like something was crushing my collarbone. Like, it didn't hurt my ears, it hurt my collarbone. I was like, what is this? You know, that was a 170 plus, and this is like even louder. So, oh my god, it's painful in those.
Dude,
Wait, I want to have this debate, right? Because
Okay, give it to me.
It was brought up, and you know, the more you think about it, the more it comes to terms. Is when builds are made, builds don't move, so the only thing you move. So Chris Lee's doing what, an 81, and then you have builds out here that are doing like Jace's. We had people come up in Sundown talking about how Jace's was way more painful than Chris Lee's, or just there's something that was so different. And I just, what is the difference maker between every build? So like you said, your collarbone was getting crushed. Chris Lee's crushing your ribs. You know, all these builds. It's just like, what changes that?
And the frequency, I think, has a lot to do with it.
You think so?
Yeah. There's
All
low notes that'll just throw you around. The high notes just kind of cut into you. It's just the frequencies and you know, obviously the decibel level is a big factor, but the frequencies really is what does a lot of these.
You know, and I'd like to add to that a little bit. You know, because we did have some people come up to us at Slamology and be like, "Oh man, this one hurt me more than Chris." I'd love to disagree with them all day long because I'll sit in my build. I ain't sitting in Chris's. It ain't happening. You know what I mean? I do think that some builds affect you differently, and I think it's based off the person. Like, okay, so my perfect example, this would be comparing Russian Wind's build to Chris Lee's. Russian Wind's build, I did tap in it, no different than I tapped in Chris Lee's, but I lasted longer in Russian Winds than I did than Chris Lee's. And now during the time that I got that demo, I think that they were fairly close DB wise. But when I got in Chris's build, like, dude, I thought my head was about to pop off. Like, my head just felt different. But when I was in Russian Winds, my rib cage just really hurt. So in the Russian Wind build, my rib cage was collapsing. But I was like able to hold it and suck it up, you know, because when you're on YouTube, you get hosed. Like the second you tap out, like you get flamed in the comments. So like, I'll be damned if I'm tapping out, right? I'll suffer.
Fishbowl.
Yeah. Fishbowl was like raping me in his build, and I was like, no, man, I'm good. You like keep turning it up. And then finally, I was like, okay, I got it tapped. I was like, okay, you can kind of turn it down now. Like I'm good, and he didn't turn it down, so it's like, it sucked, right?
Wow.
But like, I don't know. I think some builds just affect you differently, man. Because let me tell you, there ain't no way in hell I'm louder than Chris Lee. I'm just telling you right now, it's not a reality.
Yeah, like, no, and I understand that.
So-
it's just like the
But some
talking
people
point, you know what I
experience
mean?
things differently. It is interesting. Like Duncan's build on a low note.
Oh my.
Mm-mm. Even in the hot seat, you're still feeling it, and it don't feel good. I'm gonna swap batteries out here.
Oh.
Caden, you got it?
Yeah,
just
throw
start
on a
talking.
video. Throw on a video. Oh, he sold it. What's the comments looking like? You spawned her? Oh no.
I can give a little rundown of what kind of organizations and stuff we got going on. So if
please,
people are looking
please,
to do that, we're going to be having NSPL going to be 6x, NADBL is going to be 3x, ACCL is going to be 3x, and then Base Wars and Base Outlaws they're going to be 1x each. So we do have multiple organizations and a chance to get a lot of points in NADBL, ACCL, and NSPL.
Got you.
A little shimmy
And,
coming back in.
Can I ask
Gotta dance your way back
context on Roth passing out in a build? Can we have context on that?
So Roth passed out in the build. I don't
Ross,
recall
gee.
that.
Can we get a context? Oh, Jay, she's here. You messed up.
Yeah, I'm not acknowledging her. She's in the YouTube comments. I'm not acknowledging her.
She's gonna come to Facebook now.
Now Roth making somebody pass out in his build. I see that one.
But
Yeah, because Roth will just sit there. I've seen him in a
Duncan,
vehicle
he's
where
selling
it's doing like
Duncans.
170s, and he's just sitting there, just taking it like a champ. His nose is wiggling, his ears are wiggling, and he's smiling. He gets out and he goes, "That wasn't that bad." I'm like, I don't see Roth passing out.
Dude,
That's some
Roth's
context.
build's insane, man.
This is like one of my favorites. When he had the NSV3s, I think that's what he had, and you just play it all day. Like you
Dude,
just
I
couldn't
had
turn it off.
He had it at Slamology that year, and I had my Slamology lanyard on. And, dude, I got in there. Thing cranks on, and that
Hold on,
thing's
I can
flying
find
off
the
my head.
video.
Yeah, I
on
think
Instagram.
it's... Is it on Instagram?
I think so.
Oh, man. I never
Find
use
it real
that.
quick.
I never use Instagram. That's funny.
Oh, I know, Jace. I know. You don't even give me context or content to post.
Hey, I'm working on it. I'm getting better with putting reels out, getting a video
Just
every...
send me something. I'll post it.
All right, I'll work on it, bud.
Good.
When I go
for
full time with
understanding.
this, I'm going to be on it. You're going to love it. I'm going to annoy you to death.
I was like, I'm
I
here
just
from the
want-
beginning.
I'm here from the start, baby.
Oh,
Remember me when you get big.
Just remember me, man.
You know, man, when I start, signing autographs, it become a big deal. Oh,
I'm just saying,
I'll
I
always
signed somebody's hat last year at Slam. I don't want to be that guy. I'm just saying.
It's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I don't want to draw any attention to you. It's
Oh
two
my
different
God.
things.
Can we give context for him so he can?
No, I don't want to
understand
keep.
who she
Every
is?
week I got to talk
Say it.
about this.
No, I think you have to.
I think I'm just
Just-
gonna
just
let it
say it.
slide. She refuses to tap out my build. Long story short, I refer to her. She's like Voldemort, she who should not be named, kind of thing. She who should not be named. Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
She embarrassed me in front of everybody at Slamology. Like she just sat there in my build and just took it
Oh.
like a champ.
She
didn't
smiled
give-
and gave you a thumbs up.
Grown men are coming in and out of this thing, tapping left and right. We're all having a good time. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll hop in." All bubbly. I'm like, "You do realize what it's your first time? Like you know what you're getting into?" And she gets in there and she's just mean mugging me, and I'm like, "Damn!" Like took my man card away. It was embarrassing.
I've been there a few times, been humbled quite a few times.
She humbled me real quick, real quick.
You're like,
I'm
damn,
hooked.
just
There it is.
act.
Oh,
At least
you
act like it.
showed.
Yeah. It's like, can you just act like you're in pain? Like, oh
Man.
man, it was bad.
Jace, why did you edit this so small?
What do you mean edit it so small?
Like,
No,
that
that's
was
on-
the big screen.
That's on you, man. That ain't me, man.
That's on. Oh wait, hold on. I can't get copyrighted. I'm not turning on the. No. it's
No
not.
audio.
No audio, and we're gonna watch it on the smallest screen.
Now
ever.
you can turn the audio on a little bit.
No, it's gonna full blast it. I can't control it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah. That,
see, look, it's trying to yank it off my freaking body, dude. It was nutty.
I love the
Clip
power
like go
of
blur,
this
burr
series.
on that bad boy. Okay, now listen. I'm telling you, when you get some Chris Lee's, it's smart to tap. Okay, it's okay
You
to
think she's
tap.
gonna- Okay,
Yeah.
do you think
This
she's
is
gonna
brutal.
tap in Chris?
I'm gonna have a serious conversation with Chris. Okay, and I'm gonna
You're
tell
so
him.
messed up.
I'm gonna say, Bud, I'm gonna need you to give her everything she's got, and I'm willing to put some money on the table that she will tap.
What
we
about
can make a-
Fishbowl, too. Oh,
No, she'll survive in fishbowl. She won't be
Thank
comfortable in fishbowl, but she'll survive. It's Chris Lee's that I'm putting money on. She ain't gonna survive. That one, you're either gonna pass out. You can't breathe in that thing.
I'm
I
not
think
getting in it.
Like
I think-
involuntarily breathing.
Yeah, like okay, here's my thing. I'm willing to make a bet, okay? If you can survive, what's a good time limit? Like if we're making a bet here, how 30 seconds? Yeah, I'm going to
Maybe
go 30.
seconds.
Do like
What's a
rodeo,
musical
8
average?
seconds.
What's a musical average?
30 seconds usually.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, if you
Hard to
survive
get a
30
minute.
seconds, I'd start getting a kitty put together and we can start making a bet here.
Do a GoFundMe for her medical bills.
Wait, have you guys? I don't want to be that guy. Have you guys seen the DC tank? When it comes out, it's gonna be pretty tap machine.
I think I've seen that yet. I've heard talk of it.
It's
I
on
haven't seen it yet
J-Car.
though.
Yeah,
I-
J-Car's 618 build.
I don't know if it's a Jakar build necessarily. I
Or
think it's
he-
getting
he
some
was-
cosmetic love or something.
Yeah, but it's playing like 50 to 60 hertz on songs. It's gonna be scary.
Dude, it's going to be nutty. That thing's always been nutty. Listen, most people tap on like the third or fourth note. This is such an underrated comment. It's facts. That's facts. Yeah, I'm gonna have a talk with Chris. I'm gonna say, look, 30 seconds. Listen, just give her hell, bud. Just full tilt this. No
Don't let
pain.
off.
Like,
It's
don't
just
let
the
off.
What if though? Like, what if she does survive? Like, what are we gonna do? The world's ending.
This is a serious comment. Somebody's gonna get hurt eventually.
There's gonna have to be like liability forms signed or something. I think that should be like anything over like 170. There should be like liability forms.
Yeah, I don't want to sign. I don't want to have people signing forms, but yeah, I agree with you. At some point, me and Tim Cole, I love Tim Cole, man. Never taps, refuses to tap, man, and he ended up tapping in my build.
I'll
But
drop
like
the video. Where's it
the
at?
the thing with the Patriot is, it's super efficient. Like it doesn't take a lot of power to make it loud. So like last year we had a 17K per 7 subs, and so each sub is getting like right around 2,000 watts RMS. And it's just like right there doing 70s. And but the thing is, I can demo for half a song. You know, if my voltage is there, I can do it. So while where I think a lot of people are like tapping out, it's not like it's gonna make you tap out like Chris's in the first 10 seconds. This will make you tap out 30 seconds because you're gonna go, dude, okay, I've had
Just
enough.
the longevity of it, just
Yeah.
beating
Right.
you over and over and over,
Right. And so
continuously.
yeah, so I think people were like, you know, I'm done with this. So I think with
uncomfortable.
us adding more power, I think it's just gonna get nutty. I think it's just gonna be
I'm
stupid.
scared. What if our like I think my biggest fear is just like a flop. Like
Dude, it's not gonna
S-
flop,
I
man.
think
If
the
you keep
silent
saying it's gonna
flops.
flop, dude.
No, with that attitude.
Yeah. You gotta stay
I don't know,
positive,
bro.
man. You
You're
need
right,
to have
you're
a
right.
better outlook. Okay?
Appreciate that.
I don't feel the love being reciprocated back to us,
It's
okay? I
just
still
like,
feel like you're
bro,
down in your
I don't
feels right
know.
now.
I'm not down on the field. It's just scary. Like full build.
I'm gonna have your dad smack you around. Hey, Sean, I know you're watching, bud. Get out there, smack him across the face a couple times on stream. Knock this shit off, okay? Done with
I'm
it.
just
okay?
saying. I'm just saying.
Listen, there's so much work going into this. Yeah, there's a ton of work
You're
going
right,
into
you're
it, bud. Oh, hold on, I gotta read this comment. Had a girl to the hospital over here after sitting in something arguably louder than Chris's van, and racked up some decent bills. A waiver would be probably a good thing.
Whose build is louder than Chris's? And
I know
whose-
there's a couple builds that are right there with Chris's, a little bit louder.
Do they demo?
I would.
This is for Robert. He asked to see my Charizard, so I'm giving him a Charizard.
Oh man. Okay, so tell me about that. How much money is that card worth right there?
This one's worth about 4,500.
Shoo!
Yeah, it's the first edition, wherever it's at, somewhere on there.
Wild.
How long have you been collecting?
I started back up back in the end of 2019, and then I got a whole room full of Pokemon stuff. That's why I see stuff on the wall and shit behind me. So this
Dude,
one,
that's awesome. This is a Poke Cave.
the Poke Cave. So that's my other, I would say, passion, but it's a hobby, side hustle, whatever. It's something fun to do.
I like a good old side hustle, especially if you can call it a passion. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I grew up with it as a kid, so I thought it was fun.
I'm gonna
So-
make a confession here, okay? I'm gonna make a
God.
confession.
Oh boy.
Yep. I'm gonna make a confession here, okay? When I was in school, I was not a big Pokemon guy.
I'm
Yeah.
judging you.
You
I
can judge
was.
me. You can
I'm
judge.
judging you so hard right now.
I put myself out here, man. Okay, because I look like an idiot now. Okay, I had some buddies. They played it, and now I don't want to say like I ever like publicly like shit on them or anything like that, but I always like told them like, dude, like what are we doing? Like we could do other things. Like let's go do something fun. Like I was more into like riding four wheelers, drag racing. Like that was my thing. Okay, and that's all they wanted to talk about, which is fine. Probably. All right, Cotton 4K. I did have a Yu-Gi-Oh
Wow.
collection. I did. Don't judge me, okay?
Wow.
I did. But so, anyways, so I would always give him hell for playing Pokemon when we could be doing other things, okay? And now when Pokemon became really popular, the cards started becoming really collectible and stuff. I feel like I'm the biggest idiot. It's like I judge you guys so hard for playing it, and you got a collection that's worth a lot of money. $10,000-$15,000 worth of cards, and you're selling them on eBay, and I'm like, who looks like the jackass now? This guy. It's this guy. Don't knock a hobby, man, because you never know what's gonna happen years down the road.
Now, there's cards that are worth, multiple thousands. There's packs worth thousands. You got your bullshit cards too. But I mean, it's there's a lot involved with it. So I actually just sold a bunch of cards and putting it towards some other stuff that's going to be audio related, hopefully later on down the road. But nothing major.
Dude, that's major. That's major. You got a card collection that's worth money. That's insane.
It is insane.
Dude, all right, so I never really took my Yu-Gi-Oh collection real seriously, but this is a funny story.
Story time.
Am I-
Story time. Throw it up. Throw it up.
All right, I'll throw story time up because I do think it was funny. Are you familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm probably like 13. I'm like right around that age, right? And I still liked Yu-Gi-Oh. I was really into it. I thought it was really cool. And we went to this pawn shop, and there was this Blue Eyes White Dragon card. And it was I'm drawing a blank on the name now. It was a three-headed one. So it was with like morph in the one. Anyways, it was in a card case. I can't remember the rating of it, but it was really a really nice card, and it was like $60 or something like that. And I begged my mom. I'm like, Mom, I need you to spot me some money. I gotta have this card, right? And she's like, you don't need this card. You're gonna lose it. Blah 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 blah. I was like, no, Mom, I'm so responsible. At the ripe age of 12 or 13 years old, I'm super responsible. I'm never gonna lose this card.
Never.
Never. No. So I get this card, and I'm ecstatic for like the next 3 weeks, right? Bragging, I got this card. It's going down. See, here she is now. She's commenting now. Had this card. Whatever. I lost it about a year later. I can't find it anywhere. And so I kind of forgot about it. And I saw a post on Facebook about Yu-Gi-Oh cards starting to become a little bit more collectible. And that card in particular popped up, and it was like $5,000. And I'm sitting there going, like, I'm scouring like all my old toy bins, going through some of my keepsake stuff, like, and I'm like devastated. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot. I feel like, oh wait, I put up cool builds of the week.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna
Oops.
say anything. I was gonna let you slide with it.
That was my bad. That's funny. So yeah, there's my story time for my Yu-Gi-Oh addiction that I had for a while.
Yeah, when the boom came back for Pokemon, I tore my whole my parents' like attic apart. We had the storage trailer that we have, and then obviously the shed. I checked all three places and found one card from my childhood. I'm like, there's thousands of dollars just gone.
Just gone. Yeah, dude, I look at my brother now, and he said like some Fortnite stuff. Like he has some different little card collections that he started. And he probably thinks I'm Hitler, but I'm like yelling. I'm like, dude, put that card in that sleeve right now, and you can look at it, but you're not touching it, okay? You're gonna thank me in 20 years when you're sitting on a fortune. He just laughs at me now, but it's like, dude, I hope my message is getting reciprocated.
It's true though. I mean, some of these things are they'll go up in value. There's cards from 2016 worth $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 now.
It's crazy, man. That like card collections can be that valuable. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's neat. It's fun too.
Okay.
I get to look around and be like, oh, these are all cool.
So now I'm throwing this out here. Everybody in the comments, I've had an issue with people trade naming things and trying to trademark things.
Oh God.
I'm throwing an idea out here. I don't want nobody to steal it. You heard it here first. We're all three gonna get in on it. We're gonna start up a card collectible for car audio. Okay. Think about this now. Okay?
That'll be cool.
Nobody else is stealing this shit. Okay. I came out with it first. the people in this live stream, we can all have a
Shouldn't have said
kickback
out
on it.
loud.
No, I'm calling it here first, okay? So I'm the goat here, okay? We can put on all the big names on it, some of the smaller guys, and when they make their big up and coming, big bills, and they get their name out there, those cards are gonna go up in value.
I'm collecting all the Jason DeClue cards.
Woo!
Big
You're gonna
shout
sit
out.
on a gold mine, bud. You're gonna sit on a gold mine. I'm gonna look into this, man. It'll be like NFTs but better.
And if
You actually have a
I'm
physical
down to
card,
sign me up.
dude. Let's do it, dude. I think that'd
Toaster.
be great. We get some card art. I got some contacts in the good old China where we can get some cards manufactured, get it shipped over here. I can make this
didn't
happen.
Story time.
give it
Wire.
to me.
You remember the wire?
Okay.
And then you got like Pokemon with it or whatever. Oh, what was that? Oh, it was like your first sample.
Oh yeah, when they sent me my box for so, I'd been working on this for about a year, okay, and just having them send samples back. I was sending them things that I was wanting, like making notes to them, sending it back. And the final sample box I got, it came in a Pokemon box, and it wasn't labeled or anything like that. And I was like, dude, that's so funny. Like, I bet that they're probably near a factory that's manufacturing cards and stuff like that. I thought it was so fun. The box was really legit too. I'm not familiar with some of the characters and stuff like that, but it was a round pink character. I know that. Kind of a main character or in like the TV show and stuff like that.
What are they talking about? Jigglypuff?
Yeah, maybe. I think so. Yeah, it was so cool though. I thought it was funny. And then like so the packaging in there had like Pokemon
I'll
related
never
stuff in it.
forget the text I got. He said, "Man."
I
don't know
was
if
like,
you got
who the hell
Pokemon or
sent me a
Wire."
Pokemon box? I was like, what's going on? I was like, I did not know who it was from because there was like, they didn't have the company's name on it or anything like that. I thought it was hilarious.
I would have been excited for the box.
Well,
He's
I was
"Yeah,
like-
you should
I was
give me the
like,
box."
Man, somebody sent me some collectibles or something like that. I got to get to this comment here. Yeah, the Patriot will be at Slamology. The Scion will be there at Slamology. The Jeep could be there at Slamology. We've talked about it. I've been into my feels about it like a lot lately because I really love that build. I have everything here to get it back up and playing. So,
You're gonna put it in the vendor spot. Holy.
we can make room. We'll just squeeze it in there, bud.
You're gonna put it behind the Patriots.
It'll be there somewhere.
It takes up too much room.
Yeah, with everybody sending stars and donations, stuff like that, it helps get the vendor booth a little bit bigger. I can
Gotcha,
slide that
gotcha.
Jeep right there, It's all the love and support we get. So, yes, I've seen you comment that a lot. I'm sorry, buddy.
I have a
Uh,
question for you guys, real quick. Side
give it to me.
note: A1 on steak. Is it a hell yeah or fuck no?
F
Depends
no,
how
bud.
good the steak is.
Oh, so
F
sorry.
no.
F no.
Depends if the steak is good. If the steak is good, no. If the steak is
A1
bad,
does not
yes.
belong on steak.
If you
To
make
you, Nathan, that's
Hold on. Can we get a story time for Jason's steak?
Yeah, all right. All right. I messed
Oh,
up one time. I'm
no.
never going to live it down. One time. All right. Thanksgiving. I had a friend's
Hockey
Thanksgiving,
bucks.
okay? Had a couple buddies come over, Kane being one of them, and I cooked everybody steak, okay? Well, everybody was showing up at different times. By the way, this is another thing.
Yeah,
Your
but-
steaks are medium rare, okay? Medium rare. If it's anything else, it ain't a good steak, okay? Medium rare. So that's how I made the steaks. Made a medium rare. All right, good to go. Well, everybody starts showing up at different times. So I'm like, well, shit, how do I keep these things, warm? So I thought I put the oven on warm, okay?
Oh, God.
And in
Royal.
reality, I was cooking them. So these guys all show up, pull these SOBs out, and they're well done.
Oh.
So yeah, when they're well done, you can put A1 on them because they taste like crap. There's no flavoring there.
The
There's no
flavor
nothing.
was good.
just put
It
ketchup
was
on
just
it at that point because
No,
it's
no,
real.
the flavor of them were decent, but I mean, I've
It
never
ain't.
chewed
It,
on
listen,
a hockey puck.
it's not to each his own. Okay, there is only one way to cook your steak, and that's it. Mm. Mm-mm.
My
There's only
mom
one.
used to. Well, she likes them well done, and I'm like, you just have a hamburger. Don't waste a steak. My dad, he'll have it to where it's still bleeding. He's like, he said, wipe its ass, put it on my plate, and that's how he eats a steak. So
Bro, I've never heard it that way.
We were chewing on shoes. Yes.
Hey, but listen, my mama's backing me up here. Okay, she says I can cook a good steak.
That bad experience was enough.
it only takes one time.
It only takes one to have a lasting effect on it.
There's this
No, we just laughed about it and just ate it. Like that was the best.
crying the whole time inside. This is really good.
Jace had 2 steaks because somebody gave him another one. He sat there and chewed on it the whole time. He's like, "All right, I'm done."
Yeah,
what?
thanks for the flip flop.
Listen, I'll redeem myself
that
this
was
summer, guys.
amazing.
We're gonna have a good family cookout. I'll make sure to redeem myself. You owe me that. You owe me at least one more opportunity.
Alright,
Give him a
I got you.
redemption.
All right, so I got some comments here. We got to scroll back up here. Man, he will put that on everything. Are we talking about steaks here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, those seasonings. I mean, okay, what's the go-to seasoning? Is it salt and pepper? What's your go-to seasoning?
I don't cook.
Salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of butter at the end, garlic butter at the end. That's all you need. Rosemary, not rosemary, parsley, stuff like that.
Yep,
Instead of
parsley.
garlic butter.
I always do parsley on mine. I love it.
Yep. You don't need no sauces. You just need nice garlic butter, a little bit of seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. That's all you need.
Hey, man, the Patriots going to be coming out strong, brother. Dude, it's going to be nasty. If the subs hold up and everything goes good, it's going to be a good time, man. Hopefully I get the door welded up in time before TDH. If not, it'll be done by Slamology, so we'll also be able to play low notes as well.
Ooh, can't wait.
Dude,
That's for
gassed
both. I mean, we're gonna do the same thing. 2 steel doors.
you got to make sure it plays low. It's criteria. I like the high notes. The high notes fun. Listen, I'm serious about this card collection. I'm thinking about it. I think
Yo, I'm in.
dude, I think it'd be neat. Think about it.
Cool.
Listen,
We
I
gotta-
need everybody to let me know. Is that something you guys would be interested in? We make them reasonably
Or
priced.
like, what if we talk to like Slam, right? Okay, this is like so far fetched, but like, imagine you talk to Slam and like each, okay, we'll say like vendor maybe, like so you got Gately, so you have like Gately's cards that they'll give out. You know what I mean?
Here's my fear that this would get into. So you'd have to get permission from all of them at first, because all their names are trademarked and stuff. And if you're
Yeah.
monetizing in any way, shape, or form using their name, somebody's going to be upset, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to be butthurt. So then you got to get them on your good side where they're like, yeah, we don't need any monetary value out of this for using our name. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's just like
It would be a logistical nightmare, and you'd have to get everybody on board. Like anybody that has their name or face on a card, like they've got to green light it. You know what I mean? Like Chris, I'll just use Chris Lee because Chris Lee wouldn't be upset for me using his name. But like, say you put Chris Lee's face on a card, you got to green light it from him, because if he don't like it, that's ugly. That gets ugly real quick. But I think it'd be fun, dude. I think that'd be awesome.
Like trading, like going to school, trading real quick. Like, hey, I'll trade you a Kyle Rutherford for
Oh,
for
dude,
Bobby Gately.
dude, think about it, dude. That'd be awesome. I think it would be so fun.
walking around Slamology trading cards instead of giving demos.
And you have like limited edition runs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who would, Kane? Can you find the video of? I mean, this sounds just like NFTs because anybody could screenshot this and like keep a hold of it. But in card form, would be cool. Can you find the Chris Lee video where the kid is like just about to pass out? Do you know the one I'm talking about, Nick?
I don't think I've seen that one.
No, I don't
Dude,
think
like
I've
the
seen that one
guy's like
either.
literally sitting there. You guys know the one I'm talking about in the comments. The kid's face is literally sitting here like this, and he goes, it like comes to real quick.
I can't recall that one. I'm pretty.
I don't know.
I see so many videos that I
Would it
can't
be on
remember
his
everything. I have a
page?
shit memory as it is too.
Hold on, let me go look on
The
his
one of the
page.
things I've always said is like, because people come to me and are like, oh, dude, I've been subscribed to your YouTube channel for so long, blah, blah, blah. It's so awesome to meet you. Do you remember like certain interactions that we have? And it's once you give me that interaction, I typically tend to remember. But if you just throw me a name, man,
I'm the worst
I'm
with
bad
that.
with it.
It sucks because like at the beginning of the show, like I'll go to the front and like there's like people coming through. They're like, Nick, what's up? I'm like, yo, what up? I'm like, shit, I know your face. I can't remember your name, and I feel like an ass. So I'm like, I'm just gonna avoid the front, so that way I'm away from everybody coming in and seeing me. I'm like, I just don't remember names. That's just a very bad thing. But you give me a list of Pokemon, I'll tell you every single one of them. But you give me you give me people's faces. I'm terrible at it.
It's different. Also builds. Like you give me a build, I'm pretty good with builds. I know
Yeah.
builds pretty well.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you give me a name, it's far fetched. I don't remember.
Video.
I remember people buy things that they either screw up on or like it's something that stands out, like, oh, mole guy, he's got a big mole, so I know that guy.
Yeah.
You know, but if they don't have a mole, I don't remember you. I'm sorry.
Dude, Alma Gates. Dude, I'm telling you, like this could be something pretty cool.
Shut up,
logistics.
Julio. I'm not a nerd.
Hey, no bullying in the comments, man. Don't be doing it.
Nah, Julio's my boy.
Nah, he's doing it on purpose, man. Don't let him fool you. He's got you in public. He's humiliating you now.
I have to be nice on a public platform.
Oh my god, that comment.
I'm not showing that comment.
Oh my god.
I'm not showing it, but damn. Okay, look.
Oh.
Dude, I think that we could do Living Loud with Andy with one. I know he'd be down. Like, dude, there would
That
be
would be
some.
cool.
Dude, there would be some sick ones, man. I'm telling you, we can do this.
So with Kicker, I'm glad you brought up Andy. So with Kicker, every year at the show, we're still working with Kicker to see if they're going to be donating this year. But each year they usually donate something big. They'll do like 2 subs, a box, an amp, the wiring kits. Sometimes they do 4 channels. Sometimes they'll do speakers. So what we do is we'll get like 4 or 5, 4 to 6, younger people out of the crowd between 16 to 18. And then we'll do a rock, paper, scissors process of elimination, and whoever wins gets a whole setup. But we make sure that they have a car, and we make sure that they don't have a setup currently. But that's something that we also do with the show to help kind of create a new up and coming bass head that they're getting a whole setup in their vehicle. And I think that's really cool. So hopefully we can get Kicker on board again so we can do something like that.
I want to start getting ready and practicing.
Caden is still a youngster here. He still has a chance to get his first system here. Caden, you can go up and play against the young kids. That'd be great.
Yo, get in there.
No, there's no point. Like,
no. You're so doing it now.
I don't be that. Like, we have the silence being built. I have stuff in my car. I give it to
He's sitting there with a 170 dB vehicle, and he's out here playing rock, paper, scissors for an entry bell.
Like, I don't.
For a couple Kicker comps.
No, I'd rather a kid that wants to get in, like, and that needs it have it. Like,
I could see Liberty Base getting shit on for the next couple months for that one. What a bunch of assholes.
Be the kid.
We're out here shitting on kids.
You have a 170 dB. Why do you need 2 kickers?
Oh my goodness.
There's I remember one year this kid Caleb, he won, and I believe he came back like a year or 2 later, and he was like, "Man, I'm still running this," and I was like, "That's awesome." It was cool to see that it actually got put to use. I was happy that when I see a raffle item go towards someone that's going to use it and not just someone that's like, I'm going to sell it the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, do what you want with it. You're allowed to, but seeing it put to use is definitely the highlight.
Yeah.
Julio's in here. He's saying that rock, paper, scissors game was the most intense game he's ever seen.
Yo, last year it got down. I think his sister was in it, and I can't remember how far she got, but it was it did get intense. These kids, like, they get excited for it. It's awesome.
That's what it's all about. I mean,
they're asking Chat GPT like mid thing, like what to throw, what are the odds. This new youth is gonna be nuts.
Oh my, not Chat GPT.
All right, I'm definitely making a post about a trading cards for the karate community. If it gets enough reactions, we're so looking into it. I'm so doing this, dude. I think that'd be lit.
Oh, could you imagine we do venues too? Like, you showed up to Slamology, you get a Slamology card, and like on a special date. Like, imagine last year it was the 20th anniversary. It's all shiny and holographic. Like,
you sell
what I mean?
20-year collection to somebody, like, dude, that would be nuts.
Scraping the Coast, Tdh, Ruckus, that would be dope. Made of Steel.
Exactly, that
would be so cool
too. And like, you show up, you get the card, like, oh look, I went this year. Like,
all right, here's an honest question here. How many cards would you have? Like, let's just say we had a Slamology card, okay? How many cards would you put out in the production?
You'd probably have to have at least about 150 to 200%.
Yeah.
At least.
You'd have to have a good bit of them.
Yeah, because there's a lot of base heads.
There's a ton of base heads. And then what do you sell them for? What does that price look like?
$10, $5-10.
You got to make it reasonable, because some people are just gonna be like, is this gonna be a thing long term? So they're not probably gonna want to spend a lot of money.
A couple bucks a pack. Depends on how much it costs to make them and all that. But
make just break even, and then you gotta think about it. They'll create value over time.
Bro, I'm thinking about this, man. We'll call them Liberty Packs. I think that'd be legit. I think that'd be so cool.
Because I don't think Pokemon was that expensive back when it first got started. I mean,
it was like $3.99,
yeah,
$2.99 to $3.99 for a pack.
And now what? Cards are 4,000, 5,000, like some.
It depends the pack. I mean, newer packs, they're $4 or $5 a piece. Now there's packs like This one right here worth about 1,400.
Yeah, I mean,
Holy
like,
smokes!
that's what I'm,
Whew.
you know, like, you don't have to sell them for a lot. They'll eventually create value by themselves the more you put them out.
This comment's real right here. 400,000 mile Tahoe would be a common card.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, dude! I love that so much, dude.
That would be dope.
I'm thinking about doing it now. We'll get some mock-ups coming in. We'll put them on the website. Make them
That'd be
cheap,
amazing.
dude.
We
I
can
bet
make,
I
we can
can.
make this a little collector item. I am totally down. I'd add to the Poke Cave.
That's
Dude,
what I like to see.
It would be legit. Keep it on for years, going and stuff like that. That'd be.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
and
I'm
it's like,
I really think that's a cool idea. It's just one more thing I want to add to my to-do list. I mean,
A
if I
few years back, someone made I think it was Mike DeGuardo. I'm pretty sure that he's the one who made it, but he did like a car audio tycoon or whatever,
Mhm.
where he had like all like the big names on like on a game. It was like a mock game, kind of like a Sims and or something like that. But it was kind of neat how he did like a thing, but it wasn't a real video game. But it was like, could you imagine it being a video game where
yeah.
you had to build systems, compete, and do this and that? I thought it was a pretty cool idea that he just had fun with and photoshopped it together.
I've had a thought for a game. I'm not going to go into the details because it might become a thing one day. I've had a thought of it, okay? Do you remember? Man, I don't want to spoil it. It's thought, though, okay? I may never get to it, but it is a thought. If you remember the game Cartown on Facebook, like right in the early days of Facebook?
I remember Farmville.
Okay, kind of similar to Farmville, but it was like a racing game, okay? Had your own shop, the whole 9 yards. If anybody knows this game, or you can comment, let me know and stuff like that. But I think that type of a game, that style transition in the car audio, would be pretty insane. You can make the concept the same. I've had that thought, dude. It just costs money, man. At the end of the day, everything costs money. And you got
Programming it and all that.
dude, it does. It costs real money. And then at the same time, you're going to have microtransactions within your game or something to monetize and stuff like that. But, dude, I've had some good thoughts. The card thing, I think, would be legit. I think
That'd be
that number
fun.
one. I think long term, I think it'd be super cool because if you got a card from like I don't know how Pokemon does it, but like Series 1, is that how they
Base set, yeah.
Yeah, okay, you have like a base set, like that's the original, okay? 10 years down the line, those would be pretty cool to have, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I think
Not
that'd be
production anymore. You can't get them easily. It'll
Yep.
be if you have packs that are still sealed up, it'd be a collector's item.
You think about, hey Chris, can you sign my card, or hey Duncan, can you sign my card real quick? And
that
it's in
might
a
get
nice plastic.
obnoxious though. Like, I don't want to be. That might get obnoxious.
I don't think
Sign card.
We're going
thing?
full obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
I'm
right.
all about it, bud. It wouldn't be the first time I've been called obnoxious. Let's just keep the ball rolling here,
Right.
dude. I
Uphold
think it'd be
that
a huge
reputation.
honor, dude. Somebody walks
Yeah.
up to me and say, "Hey man, can you sign my card?" You know what I mean? Like, dude, that would be pretty cool.
I'd be like,
That would
whoa,
be
me?
cool.
Dude, okay, this is Nick. I want to talk to you about this, okay?
All right.
Is one of the things I really want the audio community to, and I know this is going to sound silly, okay, but I do think the car audio community needs it in terms of a marketing space, okay? You look at Street Outlaws. I've said this before in a live stream previous. You look at Street Outlaws. Street Outlaws is famous. Dude, they sell out venues just to watch them drag race, okay?
Mhm.
They've went national with it, international. They do stuff in Australia now. They have their own TV show, right? It's helped boost the drag racing community, especially in a time where you have tracks shutting down due to lack of people, showing up, blah 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 blah. I mean, that's a potential dying community if there's nobody there to continue to help uplift it. Car audio kind of fell into that groove in the early 2000s where I don't want to say it necessarily died off, but it lost its markability, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You didn't see about it in the spotlight. Nobody was talking about it on TV, I think that's one of the things that we need to bring into the car community. I love the Duncans and the Chrisleys, and, love them or hate them. You have the JP out there, Big Jeff. A lot of those guys are hitting markets that you and I are not hitting very well. You know what I mean? They're hitting that new audience. I really think that that's something that we need to continue to encourage, bringing up those bigger builds, spotlighting them, and get people to travel to these events to check them out. Because when they get to this event and they see those builds, okay, that's going to take 10 minutes. I have a whole demo lot of people that I get to go be introduced to. Then you get to see all the TDH members, the TCP members, Team Flopbox. This is a team that came to my mind. All these teams, and people go, dude, there's a community here. Like, holy smokes. And now they're hooked. And now there's just another member of the car Audi community. What is your thoughts on that? Do you think that that is a good thing for the community, or can it become a toxic thing for the community?
It kind of opens the floodgates to a degree. I kind of compare it to like festivals in a way. Like I do a lot of EDM festivals, particular one called Lost Lands. A few years back, it wasn't so mainstream where so many people were into it, and it was really, a good community. As you start opening the floodgates, you let everybody in. Yeah, there's a lot of good people that come in, but there's a lot of assholes that kind of ruin it as well. You got your Kyles and Chads that are, moshing to, Marshmallow when, you shouldn't be. But
Yeah,
to relate that to car audio, you open the floodgates, you're going to be bringing in a lot of people that, aren't always in for the good, good intentions. There might be people scouting for, stealing stuff. It could be scouting for just being assholes. But it could be the other side as long as we, channel them in the right path to,
right.
be decent. But the biggest thing is, just a lot of people are kind of asshole to the newer people. So that's the biggest problem.
It's a huge problem. It's a
But I
huge
would like
problem.
to see, I think it would be like car audio is kind of, I don't want to say dying, but it is definitely slowing down. It's on a backswing, I feel.
Yeah,
You don't see companies like sponsoring like they used. Not that like sponsoring is like a big thing, but a lot of companies are, their name is made, so they don't have to sponsor big builds and give full rides like how Rockford Fosgate used to do, how Kicker used to sponsor full rides. Like you just
yeah.
don't see that anymore. It's not needed because they have social media and they can just promote it themselves. Why give you $10,000 worth of stereo equipment when I can just advertise myself for free on Facebook?
You know, let
So
let me throw this out here to you, another perspective. And I think the market's changing. Companies had dealers, right? Everybody was a dealer. That was what you wanted to be. When I got started, I looked up to Sky High, John Rabe. I looked up to Jonathan Price. Like, I wanted to be that, and here I am now. I have my own website. I'm a dealer and stuff. But now that I'm in the backside of this industry, I could share some point of views that maybe not a lot of people get to see. But a lot of these companies are trying to go towards a direct to consumer. It's potentially more profitable, and that's going to affect a lot of businesses
cut
too.
out the
And
middleman.
cut out the middleman. And that's one of the reasons I came out with my own wire. I kind of start to see the writing on the wall. I still will be a dealer because I want to carry brands that everybody loves for as long as I can and stuff like that. And hopefully one day I can give everybody a product that they love too. But that's changing. And then how willing are those companies going to be to sponsor the little guy? I mean, you're already making. I'll just throw a crazy margin out there just to get through people's head. But like, if you're making an 80% margin, which again, nobody, I don't think anyways, making an 80%
That's
margin.
huge. That's JL numbers.
Right, but like, but even in the 60s, 70s, and 80s percents, if you're making that kind of a margin, you're just raking in the cash. Do I need to sponsor builds? Do I
Yeah.
need to do those kind of things? I mean, my everybody's already running my stuff. They want to, Teramps. Teramps is an obvious one. Do they need to sponsor anybody?
No.
No, not really. It's kind of, yeah, I don't want to use any of that as a metric to say the car audio community or the car audio genre is on a backswing. Um, but it is kind of nerve wracking a little bit. You start seeing how the car audio community is swinging right now, and it's like, I don't know what the future is going to hold. You know what I mean?
I think the biggest thing is the economy, kind of like not to get all political and stuff like that, but people just
Sure.
can't afford it no more. I mean, it
Dude, the
costs
cost
more
of
to
living
rent.
is insane.
It costs more to rent a house than it does to buy one now, and people just can't. I just, back in my day, I would be blowing subs all the time just because I was like, I'm going to keep on playing my stereo, even though I shouldn't. I was buying Recones all the time just because I was ruthless. And now I'm like, man, I don't even want to think about blowing a sub. It's going to be a nice $300 bill.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not worth it. It's just, I think the price of everything is just too high for everybody. And, there was a lot of drama over the past few years. It's kind of seemed to fizzled out, and I think that kind of pushed a lot of people away too. There's just a lot of BS in politics and stuff that shouldn't be involved, but it still is there anyway. But I feel like that's kind of going away. People are kind of like settling down and maturing a little bit, but it's still just there's still a lot of BS that are pushing people away too.
Going on to the economy, when the economy's good, everybody's doing great, right? And unfortunately, the past few years, it's been rough. It's been ugly. You know what I mean? I saw a thing. The cost of living in the state of Ohio, which is where we're from, was 55,000, like right around there, and the average cost or no, the income was like 55,000 or something like that, and the cost of living was like 76,000 or something like that. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
you're not making enough to survive.
No, and how do you supposed to enjoy your hobbies and stuff like that too if you're not making any money?
Yeah.
No,
Literally
and that,
everything's going right to bills.
I literally say it. I write a letter on everybody who orders on my website. Just thank you. I mean, I understand how hard it is to even buy things for your hobby. If you come through me to do it, dude, you understand that I appreciate it because I understand it's hard. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
And I get it, to a degree with the show because in a sense the show is kind of a business the way it operates. It's a job for us to have this, and obviously it's for the community, but it is a business in a way because there is money involved with having to run the show. So, we have to be able to. I appreciate people who come out to spend the time, to spend the money, and enjoy, being with us. But I get what you're saying from like a business aspect. You appreciate it that people take the time to do it.
Yeah, 'cause it's just a huge deal. This is a comment I want to talk about, and I see this all the time. Sponsorship is rare because people abuse it and they don't really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll take it a next step further. If Okay, I'll use this platform for an example. It is one of the things I've thought about opening up, and you can't take it lightly. We would love to have sponsors for this show. It makes it worth me and Caden's while. It helps our business grow, and we can help promote the companies. If you want to undertake that, though, I can't just go and say, "Hey guys, we'd love for you to sponsor me." Blah 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 blah. It would be an honor. There's no return for that company, right? And so that company sponsors us, and it's so awesome, right? Oh, they sponsor us, and then we don't give them anything in return. We throw them up for 5 seconds. What's it worth, right?
Yeah.
When I send them a sponsorship proposal, here's what you're getting. You're going to get 20 minutes of camera time, right? It's going to be on screen. I'm going to mention it twice. This sponsorship is going to last for 6 months. Here's how many streams you're going to be on. I can throw it on the YouTube channel. Like, there's got to be something for these companies to look and say, this is what my money's getting me.
Return of interest.
Right. I started this at one point. I kind of, never really finished it out, but you have like a sponsorship card. YouTube can provide you a sponsorship card, and it shows like how many hours of watch time, how many views, blah 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 blah. And I didn't do that at first when I started reaching out to companies originally, and then I realized, dude, I got to make it worth their time. Like they're not going to reply back to me if there's no value to them. And once I started showing them, like, okay, you're going to get this. This is how many views we've gotten in the past 6 months to a year. And that can be 1 million views, whatever many views that is based on the watch time. This is what you're getting. And then people's attitudes start to change. They're like, okay, now I see it. When the company feels appreciated, they'll go the extra mile. The problem is that everybody and their brother wants to be sponsored, and they don't do anything for it.
No.
Or they're not going about it. I don't want to say maybe they're not doing nothing for it. I don't think they're going about it in the right way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why I appreciate big companies like DC, Sundown, Digital Designs. Like they always, their names are already made. They're already big, and they don't have to like donate to us, but they still do because they appreciate that we give them a shout out, that we give them recognition. We do our Facebook post, we do our Instagram post, we do the shout out of the show. We make sure everyone gets their recognition, and it's a big thank you. They get thanked multiple. They probably get annoyed by how much I thank them. So, it's just stuff like that is just appreciated. So to see people appreciate being appreciated.
Yep.
So
Jeff said they will sponsor if you can sell their products. All my sponsors expect sales. there's two different levels to that though. I have a website. We sell Resilient, Defbond, Stetson, Sundown, Nella Media, 315. We sell a couple different products, right? And we guys had some deals with a lot of them. Maybe not necessarily sponsored or anything like that. They do expect sales at some point, but I think another perspective that some of them may look at is, okay, am I expecting sales or am I expecting exposure? Um,
Or
a
both.
small, yeah, or both. And you got to make sure you outline that clearly. Um, there's a company that I would like to bring on. I don't know how well the product would sell. You know what I mean? And you got to understand that going into it. So, okay, maybe rather than me, expecting sales, well, let's expect exposure. Like, here's what I'm going to give you. And if this is what I can give you, perfect. It's a win-win for both parties. Here's what you're to expect and here's what I'm to expect. And this is when it goes sideways is when they expect this and you give them this. That's when it all goes sideways. And then that's what ruins it for everybody else.
Yeah, like it kind of goes back to like the what Rick mentioned earlier as far as um, people abusing things as well. Like Sky High, we've reached out to before, and John Ray has literally said, "I don't donate to shows that I'm not at because people would take the item and just keep it." Stuff like that just kind of ruins it for a lot of people.
Ruins it, and that's a huge company. It's huge.
Yeah.
That
The worst part
sucks.
is it only takes one time.
Yep.
That one time, like that could have been like the first sponsorship ever. It'll never do it again.
Yeah.
Hey, Andy commented in here. Andy, we didn't forget about you, bud. You just missed it. We were talking about Kicker and how awesome it is what you guys do for the TDH show. We ain't forgetting that, baby.
Indeed.
We
need to get Andy on the live stream. I think he'd be a fun guest to have on.
Yeah, Andy's pretty cool. I met him at the TDH show last year. We we gave him a pass to come in, and he was involved with when we did the giveaway for the rock paper scissors thing as well. He was around for that.
Dude, that's awesome.
I can't wait to watch. I want to go to TDH now just to watch rock paper scissors. That's all I want to watch now.
I'm filming
that's
it.
Part of the show.
Okay, listen, I need to make sure I'm right there. I'm going to have some cinematic music playing in the background, and I'm just going to make a video out of it. Like the most intense rock, paper, scissors game ever.
I'm about it. We definitely plan on doing that again this year. Hump Audio is actually donating a preloaded subwoofer box. Depending on how we go about, setting up the setup for this, we might have a second place prize, which might be that Hump Audio preloaded box where it's self-amplified. So we want to make it to where maybe a couple people get a little setup. First place gets a bigger setup. Second place gets a litip a pretty badass little preamplified setup. So, but those things you can't knock them. They're still awesome.
Yeah, dude. If they get down, dude, love it.
Yeah, and Hump Audio, I noticed that they're kind of like I don't really want to say newer, but I've just started recognizing them recently, and I reached out to them, and they were like, "I'm on board. Let's freaking do this." I'm in for a donation for the show. I actually saw them on what's it called? To Carlos Rodriguez on his streams. And I thought it was pretty neat. So I was like, I reached out to a few of these companies, and a few of them were like, and a few of them were like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm involved. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So,
I love that, man. I love when a company reaches out and they're just like so fired up. They've got the same energy that you do. Makes the audience a little bit more fun.
It makes it exciting, and then to see, like I said, see people actually use the product is even better.
I want to reply to some comments. Jeff, yes, this is on YouTube at Liberty Base. Scroll up. Andy, yes, we absolutely love that. Let's do it, bud. I'll send you a private message when this ends. We'll put you on the calendar. Our calendar's real full, bud. I swear. Isn't that right, kid? We just got people pouring out the wazoo to get interviews with. I mean, we'll try to fit you in, bud. Okay, we'll try. Okay.
Andy, he was definitely ecstatic about that 80. I'm just saying.
Dude, he was fired up about that kicker popping off that 80. I was watching that. I was excited. I thought that was cool.
I actually was at work watching it, and I had to click off where I watched the 80.
Dude, it was lit.
It was horrible.
Jeff said, at Base Dad Reviews, we don't promise anything, but they still expect that their products will sell more if we review it. So, Jeff, let me ask you this, okay? If I'm assuming you don't have a website. I'm assuming that you're reviewing a product, and then that company is expecting sales. How do they what's the word I'm looking for? How do they account sales based off of your video? Like, is there are there a graph like, okay, I post my video on this date, and then by this time I want to see a percentage increase in sales? I think that's a really hard thing to expect from anyone unless you have your own website with your own product that you're selling their product on, and they're expecting an increase in sales through that area. And that's hard. Oh, I'm seeing it now. Through affiliate links. I see it now. Okay. So you're doing affiliate links, post a video, affiliate link it. They want to see sales through the affiliate link. I mean, that's hard. I mean, I like that idea. Just from my experience, here's one of my things, okay? I'm in Ohio. I know a lot of people in Ohio. I sell resilient sounds. Most of my resilient sound sales come from out of state. Owen was just on here. He was one of my biggest resilient sales I've ever had. Shout out to Owen, man, because his build's freaking killer, dude. I cannot wait to see that. I hope it's at TDH or Slamology. Dude, this build, dude, it's going to be nuts. I think it's going to be 8 platinum 15s. But anyways, dude, it's going to be nutty, dude. And his paint job is insane. But one of my biggest sales, right, out of state. I know a ton of people in Ohio that run Resilient Sounds. The problem with that is a ton of people in the state of Ohio are affiliated with Resilient Sounds because they're out of Ohio. So a lot of people do business with that. So I've got to build with, 14 of their subs, running a ton of power to it. It's killer. If I put an affiliate link under that video and said, hey guys, buy this product, 90% of the people though that know me are in Ohio that are going to buy Resilient. They're just going to go right to Resilient and buy it, or they're going to go to somebody else that they know that may be a local dealer. The affiliate link thing is hard. I see the benefits of it. I do. Just in my situation, it's I see the ups and downs to it. It's hard. Advertising, selling, it's tricky sometimes. It's tricky sometimes. I mean, Nick, let me ask you this: do people, when they sponsor TDH, have they ever expressed to you that they're expecting an increase in sales?
Not really. They more so just want to see that their name is put out there, that we actually give away the product, and that they just get shout outs. There's been, people on the backside where they're like, obviously if I'm coming out to the show, like Dropping Hertz, they're the main sponsor for our show. He makes it known that, we do have to put his name out there because he does want to see more sales.
Right.
In the end of the day, the money that he puts into sponsoring the show, or help sponsor the show and help sponsor or help being involved, he wants to see a return of interest. His ultimate goal is to see more sales.
Right.
So no one's really come out direct and said that, but he's pretty much makes it known that he wants to support the show and wants to see a lot of sales.
I agree with you, and I think that should be every company's look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
We have companies like CP Audio, Resilient Sounds. They always come out and donate and support as well. EM Audio is another one. Like, we got a lot of different companies that do. Even if they don't come out and set up a booth, they at least just drop something. But the biggest thing is they want to see their name get put out there. They want the exposure.
Yeah, I see Jay in here. Jay saying that he wishes someone wanted to sponsor me some nice subs. Listen, bud. Listen, I'm in no position to sponsor anybody, but if you go to libertybaseshop.com, this is a shameless plug. We got some killer tax time sales going on right now. You can get your subs there at a good price. Just saying. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, another company that's real big for us is Second Skin. They donate every single year, and they're huge. I got a package the other day. I thought there was a TV at my front door because it was a 95-pound package, and it was about 4 foot wide by about like 24 inches tall, and it was huge. I'm like, who just dropped the TV off in my house? And it was freaking Second Skin. So,
dude, that's insane. Holy crap.
I messed with him. I'm like, bro, why'd you send me a TV? Like,
like, fam, what are you doing?
But yeah, it was pretty cool. They're a huge supporter of us. There's a lot of companies that just support us year after year after year. So it's pretty cool.
Dude, I love that, man. One of my things that when I was talking to Kane about wanting to start the live streams back up, I wanted to do it more consistent. I wanted to do it year round. One of the goals with this was, as I really wanted to bring on people like you. They're doing something good for the community. They're trying to grow it. And to build onto that, I really want to have companies on here, that started businesses, teach people, maybe give them some advice. and really just share their knowledge with the community and their passion for stuff, dude. When I hear like things that Second Skin do, that's so cool, dude.
Yeah,
You know what I
Brand
mean?
X, that's another one. Like they're just nothing but support. It's just awesome. I think it goes full circle
Yep.
when they support us to help our show get bigger. We help them by giving them exposure, and more exposure leads to more sales.
Yep, that's right.
So it kind of just goes full circle.
I agree with that one. Boss Audio beats all. Facts, man. Facts.
That is true.
Boss
All
Audio is the good.
174 decibel of it.
Hey, listen, all I'm saying is they're on Carlos's list, and they're on it, man. They did a 70. Didn't they do a 70 or a 68?
I think they did a 72.
Dude, come on, man. Dude, that's top dog stuff right there, man.
I mean, it's louder than me, so
I can't. That's what I'm saying. That build's
Yeah.
so insane. The fact that you
It
can put
is.
Boss Audio in that thing.
So have you seen those dome audio speakers, the little mini subwoofers?
Yeah.
I was trying to like get it kind of like going, be like, yo, let's see if someone get like 15 of these and kind of put them in a board and do it inside there just to see what it does. Like imagine that doing like a 160. Like that would be insane seeing these little 1-inch speakers do a number.
That'd be
Dude,
amazing.
that would be crazy.
I think that would be so cool to see.
Do you think we could talk him into doing something like that?
I mean, I'm sure if we were to get the subs, Carlos would do it. We just have to
Yeah.
get the subs.
Gotta present it to him too. I mean,
Yeah.
We need to start a GoFundMe. I might start that next live stream. So GoFundMe. Let's start
GoFundMe.
sending some fun shit to Carlos.
This, like the old Tang bands, like 5 1/4s and 6 1/2s.
Dude,
those
I
would
want
be
to see
cool.
the funky pumps or what do you call those?
Funky Pups. I have 2 of those in my basement. They're the 10s or 12s. Those are fun. I bought them just because of the meme, just because of the whole meme of it behind it.
My buddy Aaron's got a healthy collection of them. And every time he turns it on, we're like, dude, don't turn the black hole on, okay, dude? Like, turn it off. Save humanity. Don't do it to us.
We had an earthquake hit us. Oh shit, about 10 years ago. It was like magnitude, like it just shook the shelves on the house, and it was like done. So then I ran out and like took a quick video of the Funky Pup playing. I'm like, sorry about that, guys. No, it was just a little fun just to make fun of it. But I just don't get why. I guess I know why, because it's just a joke of a sub, and everyone just loves it.
Dude, we love good memes. You know what I mean?
It's a fun time.
I like having a good time. But, dude, man, we've been on here for way longer than I was expecting. This was an awesome stream.
Yeah, almost 2 hours.
Dude, it was natural. Our streams only go about an hour, and typically we do 30 minutes off stream for our members only on YouTube. It looks like everybody's getting a free members only video because this bad boy's getting uploaded right to YouTube.
That's awesome.
So, dude, I just want to thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me. And just a reminder for everybody, March 23rd and 24th is going to be the show. It's going to be at the Dominion Dragway Raceway in Virginia. And it's going to be awesome. And again, I appreciate you guys having me on here and talking to me. It's been a fun time.
Dude, it's been awesome. Right there it is. There's the pause it.
Boom. Yep, there it is.
Right there. There it is.
Nice.
So you guys could see it. March 23rd, 24th, the 10th annual. That's pretty awesome, too. It's the 10th annual. That's
Yep.
pretty special, dude.
That's so. Wait. I went to Slam on the 20th. Now I'm going to TDH on the 10th. Wow.
On the 10th.
Annual,
Oh, the 10th annual. I see what
and
you're
then
saying now.
Slamology was the 20th annual. Wow, that's special.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're coming to all the good
Killing
ones,
it.
man. Hey, man, you're coming to the well, are we calling it the first Liberty Bay Showdown?
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
be there. Day
Really,
one
it's the
supporter.
4th, but we're changing the name, so it's
No,
like
day one supporter.
whatever. Just first annual Liberty Bay Show. That's guys, don't forget about that one. That is July 13th and 14th. That will be in Ohio, so that'll be a good one. You guys got some time to think about that one as well.
I may try to make that out. Make that out there.
Dude, that would be awesome, man. That'd make my day. It's gonna
That'd
be
be
fun.
awesome.
It'll be a little different with a new location, so we're gonna have fun trying to relay out a new layout for the event that's gonna flow good. One of the logistical things, and I'll wrap this up after this one, but one of the logistical things that's a little harder for us is we incorporate a car show side of it as well. So it makes things a little bit harder. And eventually, if the car audio side outgrows the car show side, I can obviously switch gears there. But I really love to give the spectators, a all-in-one event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
food trucks, car show, car audio. I'd love to bring in a band, dude. I think that'd be so fun. I mean, that's just a side note, but have you guys ever thought about doing like live music and something like maybe
We've
not during
thought
the main
about
show?
we thought about talking to like Psych Morrison and be like, hey, come out and play some do some stuff for us. But we're like, that's not really the goal of the show though.
Right.
So it's crossed our minds, but it's not something that we've really pressed. And we've thought about doing like a car show, but we've also kind of set that aside. We're like, we're already busy enough as it is. That just adds a whole nother layer that you have to work with, and then more parking that you got to figure out, and then judges for that. It's just adds a whole nother layer. Like just adding this light show that we're doing on Saturday night is a whole nother level of something we got to work on.
That's nutty, man. It does. It adds a whole new level of complicated and oh man.
Yeah, so it's just each time you add something, you're opening a whole nother can of corn. So
Yep. Now, where can everybody find you out on social media? Are you on Facebook? Where are you
yeah,
at?
I'm on Facebook, just Nick Garcia, and then Team Deadly Hertz. We have our what is it, a fan page, and then the group. So we
Okay.
post up everything on both of those. We have like I think 5.8K followers on our fan page, so it's a decent following on that, and we post up a lot of stuff on there, videos of people's rides. Shout out to teammates, shout out to other teams and shows. We try to support everybody. But yeah,
That's awesome, man. Cade, what about you, bud? Where can we find you at?
Just xboomin _ on Instagram, xboomin on Facebook.
Heck yeah, buddy. And if you guys aren't aware, you can follow me on Facebook at Jace Fennell. You can check out our Facebook group, Liberty Base Heads, and then on YouTube as well at Liberty Base. Again, guys, thank you so much for your support. We'll be back next Wednesday at 7 p.m. I don't know who our guest will be yet. Maybe we can get Andy on for next week if he's available. That'd be a fun one.
that'd be cool.
That'd be great. Guys, don't forget about the Tdh show, March 23rd, 24th. Is that? Yep, 23rd, 24th. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you guys next week. Peace.